All right, so I'm doing a test for Frozen, one of the mods for the dev team for ships at sea. We're testing buoys, the ones you get at the shop. So I bought 20. The first long line that I deployed, um, I brought out 10 long lines that are with 500 hooks. But already in the tray was an 8,000 foot, the 2,500 hook, which is what's feeding out right now. So even though it subtracted one of my long lines, um, where it says 500, it's actually the longest one. So I'm already seeing some issues here. Um, So, no doubt we're gonna have to drop some more line for the test. But right now I'm using it's the Bouys with the 2 flags and 1 light. So, the first drop was obviously not there's no, it's the default buoy. So I'm gonna pause, drop a few more of these down. We'll see what happens on the next one, because even though it subtracted 2 of my 500s, I don't think this is a good test for the first run. So anywho, I'm gonna pause and drop a few more and we'll see what happens. All right, so this is still there. I was just about to say, there goes the last buoy. I'm gonna shut the engine down. They're gonna automatically start running the new line. And you can see how much faster those feed out, because they're so short. So we'll just to double check. Let's go down and make sure that this time these should be in fact. So there's nothing we can really do here. Let's these are supposed to just work, as long as they're in the boat inventory. So we'll see what happens when I cast it out. Now you see the lines down. That's interesting. Even though it's got shown 2 buckets on the launcher, it's only subtracting 1. So maybe I didn't come out here with 10. I could have been mistaken. But it definitely threw the wrong line out. So I'm gonna go do the turbo turn here, just so we can line up with the other guy. All right, that straightens us back out. Oh well, it's as good as it gets. And hit the autopilot, and let me run back here again. We wish there was a button for remote launch. Let's go ahead and throw this one out. I can't really see if there's a flag on it or not. Still 20 flags. Yeah, it did not launch didn't launch the buoy. So it's doing the same thing for me, I guess. Frozen, that it's doing for you, or it did for you. So this is only a 500, so it should be fairly quick. But that looks like a normal buoy to me. And our count's still at 20. All right, I think what I'm gonna do for the third one, and I'll pause, is I'm gonna, I don't know if it's gonna matter or not, but I'm gonna take this out and pull the crew back in. We'll just put them all to rest. And I'm just gonna manually load the third one. Just to make sure it's not a crew bug. I mean, honestly, I don't know. So we definitely got fish here. Quite a few. You can see all that distortion. And we're pretty much following our other line. Although this one's going to end about less than halfway. A quarter of the way. Of the length of the other. Alright, I'm going to pause. As this all feeds out. And we'll see what happens. I'm going to have to go back and watch the video. Because believe it or not, this thing's still feeding out line. And I know the first one I launched was 8,000. Or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But I'm coming up on the end of the line. That first line, it should not have went this far. That's really weird. Let me speed the boat up a little bit. Just so we can get the rest of this line out. But I could have sworn that's at 8,000 feet. Now it's got me curious. Alright, so it's deployed, doesn't have the flag. Let's kill the engines. And this time I'm gonna do it myself. That's really weird. Okay, I still have a bucket here. Why do I still have a bucket? It didn't cast them both. How weird is that? Let me grab some bait. Now I'm all screwed up. I have no idea what's going on. Let's move this to my inventory. Alright, let's equip it. There we go. And let's drop the bait in there. Let's pick it up. And let's paste the bucket in there. Let's get turned around. There's all kinds of weirdness going on here. I could not tell you what is going on. What's happening? Let's flip the boat around. Oh, I love these turbo thrusters. You know what? Let me back up. That's good enough. And let me go forward. Turn this boat this way a little bit. And right there. Alright, let's kill the engines. Let's launch this thing. I've never seen it only launch one bucket. That's the one I loaded manually. See it, and now it's 1,000 feet. What is going on? And no flag. So that's definitely not working as it should. Let's look at our count. Yeah, we still got 20 in our inventory. I guess as a last test on the next one, I'm going to move it just for the hell of it to company. And let me run all this line out. I'll pause it. Don't worry. But, now I'm curious. I'm also off course. There we go. Pause, and then we'll set the autopilot and go run them out. All right, I'm gonna pause while this runs out, and then we'll see what happens when it's in the company slot. It just finished. What the hell? Okay, now I don't have a clue what's going on with these lines. And it only launched one bucket. And I don't have the crew set to launch them at all. There's definitely some hoaxy stuff going on here. Let me launch this one. I was gonna move the flag over. Yeah, it's only 1,000 feet. That is weird. No, I got Bouys all over the place. Turn around. Yeah, it said finish, and I'm like, what? Why? How can it be finished? All right, let's straighten it out. All right, I'm gonna just keep going, and you can watch. Now what the hell's going on? Well, I'm gonna have a mess to clean up. Yeah, so it's deployed. So the company slot didn't work. It's not working in either one, either or. So, I don't know what you tell your bosses, but, put it back on boat. I'm gonna throw one more just for the hell of it. I'm curious as to what's going on. Let me see how many feet this is. Now there's none. Okay, so they loaded none. Well, let me try baiting this up myself. And let me grab it. And let me launch it. Nope. Just the default one. Alright, I think that's a good test. I'm gonna kill it here. But there you go. It definitely doesn't look like it's working.